Yo, 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 what's up, what's up, what's up? It's your boy, Cups the Universe, aka PD Mossberg, aka Poet Lounge. And you already know we are back with a little discussion. This quick discussion right here was just because I was like literally like having a high moment thought, right? But my high moment thoughts be epiphanies though, right? So, you know, Tesla cars, safe energy, right? Safer than crude oil, right? Why is that? Because they gotta dig for crude oil. That means they gotta have machines. That means they gotta have workers. That means they gotta hire companies. So it costs a lot of money just to get to digging it. Then they gotta get it out of there, out of the ground or mine it. Have their little things in the ocean where they mining, trying to get the oil flow up. And then they need boats and things to transport it and so that's more money. Right, in electric cars, I guess, because electricity is everywhere. All you need is solar. You could generate your cars, right? So they don't really want gas cars. Plus, Russia and the gas prices, right? So they don't want you to have gas cars. So like by 2026, they want to like cut a high percentage of cars that run on gas, you know what I'm saying, out of the equation and put more electric cars in, right? And then by like, I guess what, 2036 or something like that, they expect to have 100% of the cars on the road electric cars. Tesla cars or probably other cars that'll come out in that other electric cars by that time. But so I could see that sense, right? Where it's like, okay, now think about the whole road has these electric cars on it now, right? So many cars, right? Mind you, first of all the people that had gas cars, they probably gonna make it illegal to have gas cars. So then everybody who just has a regular gas car is gonna automatically become a criminal. The same way they going after guns, the same way they going after certain things, right? Based that like they breaking the amendments, like they breaking your rights to choose to want to have gas. But I guess whatever, so to speak, I guess if they changed everything and it's whatever. So now let's just say by 2036, all the cars on the road is electric. So here's my thought. You see how any state, New Orleans, different places. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that these places we cover, but they could suffer from like major flooding, right? And these flood waters can come in and flood the streets, and you know, the water can lift the cars and move the cars and all that. The cars that usually get caught in a flood right now at this particular moment are, you know, gas cars. If some city floods and it has a bunch of electric cars on the road and the water floods over the electric cars and all that, would the water that's now flooding become electrified because of all these electric cars on the road? Or is the cars insulated? What if all the cars are fully charged? Would that not be like dropping a cell phone or a toaster? Or what if some of these cars are plugged in and being charged when this happened? Is that not like dropping a toaster that's plugged into the wall, into the water when you're in the bathtub? Would you not get electrocuted? Or because of the car having rubber wheels, would that insulate it? But like I said, the water would be above the tires, then it would get electrified. That was a little hot thought I was thinking about today. Like, would that electrocute the water? So if it was a flood and it was a bunch of, like, say, 2,957, right? Electric cars on the road, and it floods, would everybody now will everybody be in danger of being electrocuted if they jump in the water? Like rescue teams, and it make it harder for them to get to people because the water's electrified. Like, wouldn't that be like a super safety hazard? So I mean, it's a thought. It may be a thought that came to me when I was just in recreational time out, but it's still a thought that's like, okay, somebody make sure and explain this to me in a way where it's like, okay, no matter when snow, hail, sleet, these cars are gonna weather the storm and not electrify nobody, be like throwing a whole bunch of plugged in electric items into, you know what I'm saying, the ocean or something, and just, I'm just saying. And here's another thing I just, really kind of just got a wind of. Bill Gates, right? Bill Gates bought up a whole lot of farmland. We knew that he was going to buy a whole lot of farmland. We knew that from the jump. Like a lot of people, Hassan Campbell being the person I heard say it, a few other people were speaking on him just buying farmland when he started trying to buy it. So he stopped cows and stuff from grazing, right? You know what I'm saying? And now the land that he has, he don't want to grow regular food. Bill Gates don't want to grow regular food on his farms. I don't know how much land he has. He don't want to grow organic food. He don't even want to grow, food that's, with the pesticides and all that, whatever. Not built into it, but like, sprayed around trees and things. He wants to use his farm to grow only GMO food. And he's promoting GMO corn. And I don't know what's the genetic makeup of the GMO corn that he set up. Like, I don't know what he programmed that corn to do, right? But why would you have so much land and want to grow fake food? Where's the people that's regulating food? Why isn't real food regulated and accounted for? Like, okay, this is sacred. In case somebody does want to eat real food, they should have the right to eat real food. If you're going to clone food, why are you not cloning food in such a way that it is like an exact replica of the actual food? Meaning you can still get the proteins, you can still get the nutrients. Why is it that this stuff that's GMO have to be engineered as a bioweapon instead of a goddamn thing to save humanity? Because if you can GMO clone organic food to the point where you can't tell the difference, and you didn't poison the GMO food for fucking, population control, Bill Gates, right? If you didn't do that, allegedly, but that's what the fuck it sound like you're doing. I only gotta say allegedly, my nigga, at this point, my brother, or this it, or whatever, right? So why not organize it that way, where it's at least it wouldn't have a population problem if you could just feed people like that. But you want to grow GMO foods. Man. The brother that was in president back in the day, Obama, him, I forgot. See, I almost forgot about him. See, he's mad quiet when things is going bad. You don't hear him saying nothing. So Obama was the person that put into law that you couldn't sue the GMO people. The companies, the Monsantos, for like putting out GMO food. Their argument was, if we label our GMO food GMO, people won't want to buy our food. But if you're not making it right for the people, why would we want to buy it? The people are the sovereigns. Y'all, again, as a business, is disrespecting the sovereigns of the planet. Right? So what I'm saying is like, why would you feel like, okay, we're gonna make it where you can't get them to stop doing this, at least in a way where it's harmful to people. Let's at least, if they're gonna do it in a way that's gonna heal the people. Then Monsanto would have had to change his name to something else, like Saving Grace or something, because they would have actually been like helping people, even though we would have been having to learn to trust them. But you know what I'm saying? At least they would have had the good intentions. And then that Holy Spirit would have been on their essence, because their company would have been like, yo, yeah, we want to clone food, but we want to clone it in the best way possible to where it's just as good as the organic. We know that that's never really going to be possible, but at least you can program it to not have all the damn defects in it. Because what I'm thinking this whole play is, you know what I'm saying, for Bill Gates and growing this back to Bill Gates. Because that was what Obama did, and now Bill Gates. See what I'm saying? Saying now he want to grow GMO foods. Nobody could tell him shit. He owns the farms. Nobody could label his shit. He making corn. Now you could buy the GMO corn. I don't know what he put in the shit. I don't know why he's not transparent with it. So you can't tell if it's a bioweapon or if it's a miracle. But it's one of those things that they want to make it seem like they can use, but it's not really going to add up, because they might have not did enough testing. They might have not did enough experimenting. They might have not waited to see what happens as the effects of things. And they never really know the long-term effects of things, but they watch as you eat it. So it's like a living experiment. But I think the thing is, if like, this is what I hope is not. I hope the GMO food that Bill Gates is trying to grow on all these acres, I don't even know how much acres, I might have to look it up to see how much GMO he might can actually grow and ship and sneak into the food supply, right? But I think that he's trying to program it in a way to like genetically alter something that's inside of certain people, right? Because certain people's DNA is awakening and it's allowing them to meet God. You know what I'm saying? And reside in the heaven in them. And I think that it's the stuff that's in certain people that's allowing them to do that is not in them. Like, it's not in it. It's in the I am, right? So the things that's attached to the I am is, you know, have that genetic awakening. Whether it's coming now, soon, rapid, it's different, but it's all happening. And then, like, basically it or them, you know what I'm saying, basically not having that energy. So they trying to get the alteration of those genetic information codes to stop the connection, because they never had the connection. Remember, Lucifer got kicked out of heaven, right? Got kicked out of the body, so he can't go internal. You see what I'm saying? If heaven is inside you, then that means that the Lucifer, the pride that got these people trying to, the pride that got Bill Gates trying to GMO food on a farm and have the audacity to say he don't want to grow organic food on a farm, you see what I'm saying, is the reason why he can't get into the kingdom of heaven inside of his soul. So he has to be external. They have to figure out how to Neuralink. They have to figure out how to alter, like, put their consciousness in another machine, because they can't go internal. So when they perish, they perish. You see what I'm saying? Because it's not internal. It's not, you know what I mean? So that's what I think they're trying to do. Like, I hope it's not that. Because why else would Bill Gates do that? Like, just grow food, man, dude. Like, you got billions of dollars. Like, what is money to you anyway at this point? Like, what are you really missing out on? Like, what's really good with you, bro? Like, you good, bro. Like, you would never, ever know what it is to be poverty. I think a lot of rich people are scared to be broke. I think that's their fear. I think if a lot of rich people that boast about their money was instantly removed from them, and they had to go back to speaking to people that they looked down on and looking and hoping that they had pity on their situation, they would die. They might have killed themselves. You know what I'm saying? But yo, it's your boy, Cups to Universe, aka Poet Lounge, aka PD Mossberg, and I just was thinking, if it flooded, if a hurricane, if a nigga drives and crashes off a cliff and falls in the ocean, and he in an electric car, is he dead? if water, is he gonna be electrified like an electric chair? Like if water floods in the city and floods the city, and these cars are on the road, will that water become electrified? And if electric cars are plugged into people's garages, charging overnight, and some hurricane come and floods the shit, would that water become electrified? Just some questions I got. I don't know. Maybe everybody know the answer, and I don't know. Maybe I'm under a rock. You know what I'm saying? But it's just something I had a thought of, and maybe it's something that nobody else really thought about. But maybe it's something that needs to be considered. You know what I'm saying? So everybody, I hope you have a blessed, safe weekend. Everybody enjoy it, and nothing but love. One love. Peace.